Hello and welcome to Maverick Learners. In this video, we will learn the usage of method overloading. So the first question is, why do we need to perform method overloading? So whenever a class contains multiple methods but with same name, then we use the concept of method overloading to access each of them depending upon two ways. The first one is number of parameters accepted by them, and the second way to use it is by looking at the data types of the parameters or the method itself. Okay, so we will look after both the methods one by one, how to implement method overloading. So the first one is the number of accepted parameters by the methods. Okay, so understand this, we are going to create a text document. Give the name as sample. Now design the basic structure of a class. So this is the basic structure. So I'm going to create two methods inside it. So the first one is int math, and the arguments accepted by it int a and int b. Okay, and now write a simple print statement, system.out.println, and here we would be printing called method with two arguments. And close it, and you need to give a return value. Okay, now copy this one, copy. Okay, and here I'm increasing one more argument as c, and here change the value as 3. Now we need to call these methods, but the name of both the methods are same. The only difference between them is the number of arguments accepted by them. Okay, so on depending upon the number of arguments accepted by them, there will be method overloading. Okay, so let's call them sample dot, suppose give the name as obj is equal to new sample, enter, and now obj dot call the method with two arguments, suppose 1 and 2. Okay, and write another one, math with 3 arguments. So this is it. So as we have created the object of class sample, and we are calling the method of the object created with 2 arguments accepted by it, and on the next line the number of arguments accepted by them is 3. So let's save it and try to run this one. So for that, type cmd, change the directory, compile the file. Now it compiled successfully, and now try to run this one. Now you can see, so the first line over here is called method with 2 arguments, which means this line performed its task perfectly. And on the next line, called method with 3 arguments. Here object math 1, 2, 3 called this one depending upon the method overloading. Okay, so here is a small example of using method overloading. Okay, now we will look after the usage of method overloading with the help of different data types accepted by the parameters or the name of the method. Okay, so for that, let's make both of them similar. The only change we have to do is write float. Okay, and here also. Okay, now remove this one also and try to put the value as this one. Okay, now let's save it. So what are we trying to perform? Object method 1 will call this method depending upon the method overloading. So the parameters over here, 1 is of integer type, and it will try to find out the most closest match. So instead of looking for float a, it will look after int a, as 1 is itself an integer. Okay, so it will find out int a. So let's have a look what will happen if we try to run this. So just simply compile this one. So you can see there is an error. Which kind of error? No suitable method found for math double double. What does that mean? Here 1.2 and 2.2 both are of double types. So what does that mean? The data type of 1.2 is double, and we are trying to access float a. So we cannot do this. So why does this happen? If JVM is unable to find out perfect match of the types of parameters, then it performs type conversion implicitly. Okay, what it means, it tries to look out for the closest perfect match of the given data type. Okay, which can be made clear by analyzing the following flowchart. So here byte is of 1 byte. The size of byte is 1, and the size of the sort data type is 2 bytes. So what does that mean? We can perform type conversion on byte to convert it to sort, but we cannot backtrack it, which means we cannot convert sort to byte because sort is of higher size. Okay, in the similar way you can convert character to int, as character is of size 2 bytes where int is of 4 bytes, and similar way int can be converted into double, float, long, and even boolean. Okay, but you cannot do the same with this. Okay, you cannot convert double back to float or double to int or double to long. Okay, so it will be better if you understand this implicit type conversion used in Java, so that it will be easier for you to understand when to use them. Okay, now let's get back to the program. Now here if you write double, okay, and the same over here, then there will be no problem at all. So let's save it and try to run this one. Okay, now you can see there is no compilation error and we have printed what we wanted. Okay, so this was the whole concept about the method overloading that can be used in Java, and we look after both the ways of using it with the name of the parameters and method, and with the number of parameters passed inside the methods. Okay, hope you understood this concept about the usage of method overloading in Java. So that's all for this video. Thank you.